Yo designers. Today we're going to be looking at making a pencil holder with the laser cutter and using a website called Box Designer. So if you look at Google and just search up Boxmaker, the website we're going to go to is boxdesigner.connectionlab.org. Now the key thing here is to know the size of the box that you want to make. All our measurements are going to be in millimeters, and then make sure that your dimensions are set out with width, depth, and height. So in this case, we're going to make our width 75, our depth 75, and our height is also going to be 100. Material thickness in millimeters, you've got the choice of 3 mil or 6 mil. So in this case, we're going to make it a 6 mil box. Press design it, and it sends it to your downloads. Now if you go to that little pop-up arrow, show in folder, and you'll see that it's in your downloads section. Now at this point, right click and open with. So it's really important that you don't just open it with Acrobat, but go to open with, and you've got Illustrator 2017. Now to view that whole screen, you can go down here and change the zoom. Basically, you want to be able to select all of it, starting in one top corner and just select it all. Control C will copy it, and now we're going to paste it into another document that's got the right color combinations. At the moment, based on opening up a PDF, we don't know what our actual stroke and colors are. So if we go to File, New, it's going to open it. Possibly, it went to my recent, so it knows what I want to do. Depending on how it opens it for you, what you want to go to is Art and Illustration. In here, we'll make a custom one. So type in the width, 600 by 400, and make sure that RGB color is selected. Press Create. We're now going to go back to there where we press Control C and copied that, and we're going to paste that Control V into our new template that's set up. Before we press anything, let's change it to no fill. Just check that your line color is RGB red, and then we'll set the stroke 0.01%. If you click out, you'll see that you've got the right size. You don't need to have this, so you can highlight that and delete that. Now, to make the top of the pencil holder flat, this is the lid, so we can delete that. And we just take the tops of all the pieces that are cut out and delete that section. Now make sure you still have the very top bits, that you haven't deleted an extra line. And then we'll go into our line segment and anchor to anchor. That will level off the tops for us. Go back to our selection tool. We've now got our pencil holder with the tops that are level. We can add some text to it and write in there, it was just Mother's Day, so let's make something for Mum. I love you, Mum. And if we select it and right click, we can change the font size. You can also go in and lay it out a bit different. Center, and I reckon we can make it even bigger than that. So let's go to a 48. Selection tool lets us move it. And then in here as well, you need to have no fill set to RGB blue and change your stroke to 0.01. You might want to place an image. If we go back to here, if we've got the flowers, remember when you do a Google image search, to use the tools, change it to line drawing black and white, and find something that is more appropriate. Some of these with watermarks don't work out like that. These ones might have a little bit too much detail. That one looked beautiful as well. We'll go with this one, right click, save image, and we'll just save it to our downloads. Now we can pop back to Illustrator and File, Place. There's our vase. Most of the time as a default, you have this link box that's checked. You have to untick the link box and press place. You hold the shift key, it'll keep the dimensions the same of your vase so it doesn't look out of shape, and maybe something like that. Okay. Before you click out of the image trace, expand, set your fill to none. I'm going to RGB blue and 0.01. Now that's ready for laser cutting. The only thing we need to do is nest it. So what you want to do is take these bits and move them around so that you have the best use of material. We can shift that up there. Okay. Let's test and see if the print has worked. So, and if our colors have worked. So in File, Print, you want to send it to the VLS. Sorry, I should have pressed print. We'll try that again and print. Now it shows up in that universal laser control. So you have to go down to the pop-up menu in the bottom right-hand side, and it'll send it there. Okay. Within this one, what I want you to do is settings. If you go to the plus sign there, it'll take you to the natural to open up, and then plus wood, plus softwood, and it's a general softwood. We're setting the material thickness to 6 mil. Press OK, and let's do a time check. So we've got 16 minutes to cut out our box. Now you can save, if you go back to here, you can save that Adobe Illustrator file to the L drive. And then what I want you to do is to be able to print out that as evidence of your design. So hopefully you've got a good idea. Maybe make something for mum, never know. And happy designing. Thanks.